Hi ladies, it's Valerie. I hope you're all doing well. I am coming on. I am, how far along now? 29 weeks and, gosh, this is awful. I should have thought about this before. 29 weeks and 5 days pregnant. I don't know. My mind's gone. And I wanted to come on and just do an update of just kind of a weekly update of the past 2 weeks. We were out of town, so that's why the other update didn't get done last week, but kind of do a quick update and let you guys know what's going on. No real symptoms other than, I will say, it's very hot out right now, so I'm trying to keep cool. I have been very, very warm. I mean, it's been over 100 here, and even on our vacation where we went, it was over 100, so I know the whole country is kind of going through this heat wave thing right now. So that's a big one, is just trying to stay cool, drinking a lot of water, as always. I guess it is easier for me to get out of breath a little bit now. And earlier today I noticed like I was trying to kind of yawn or take a really deep breath, and that was a little bit difficult. Like it was a little, I don't know, just a little hard to like get that full deep breath because he's getting bigger. And yeah. So we had our first appointment today, what I'm really excited to talk about. We had our first appointment today at our new practice. We are so excited to be at this new practice. It is quite a bit farther from our house than our old practice. However, it's so worth it. It's sadly the only really midwife-run practice where we live, so it's our only option to get that kind of care. So, and I say that, and our old practice did have midwives, but they were under you know, the jurisdiction of the doctors, and they work in a setting with OBs that they just, you know, follow standard protocol for the hospital, and it's just their mindset is not the same that this other places. The place that we're at now is very natural focused. When we went today, we met with one of the midwives, and she, you know, one of the first questions she asked was, are we taking any childbirth classes? Do we have a doula? Have we considered hiring one? And I thought that was really nice because, you know, at our other practice, through the grapevine, we were told, don't tell them that you're Bradley students. You know, they didn't ever ask about a doula, basically saying that if they knew that we were, you know, of this mindset, that we would be, you know, I don't know, and the stigma of being being difficult patients. And it just amazes me the lack of confidence that the medical community has for women's bodies to do what we were meant to do, essentially. So it's been an interesting ride. I'm glad that we were with the other practice for as long as we were, because I think that it really helped to kind of solidify my feelings about moving to a new practice, and now seeing the difference. I think that it's really helpful to have seen one model of care and to move to the other one. The lady again today, she was very nice, very informative, you know, answered all of our questions. I didn't feel pressured at all, like I had felt at the other OBs to do certain tests or to get certain treatment. You know, she gave me the facts and basically said, you know, it's up to you, of course, and that was it. So it was really nice. My husband had made a comment after we had left. He was like, yeah, that didn't even seem like a doctor. It just seemed like a lady who was really knowledgeable about her stuff. And I was like, well, yeah, that's what, you know, midwife means, is, you know, basically being with women through their journey to pregnancy, or through pregnancy and delivery, as natural as possible. And just to be that support person in that role, you know, of this is your pregnancy, this is your body, this is your birth, you know, you aren't a slave to the medical system, and we're just going to help your body, you know, help you have the most comfortable pregnancy and delivery and birth that you can. And so I really did feel that from them, and I was very, very excited to just feel at ease and more at peace. Again, and she did ask me if we were going to do water birth, if we had signed up for those classes, and we have signed up for our water birth classes. That's on July 26th, so really excited in a couple of weeks to be doing that. Our Bradley classes are coming to an end in the next few weeks, and that's exciting. And I'll also be repeating some of those classes, and I will be doing my Bradley update videos as well. So I apologize that they haven't come along weekly yet, but they will. So the only other things that I really have to mention is, even though it's hot out, we're still exercising, still trying to eat well. That's probably the one, I mean, those two elements are probably the key things that I wish I had done better this pregnancy. However, I feel like I've still done a really, really great job, at least in comparison to probably a lot of other people, but that's no excuse, and I don't want to compare myself. But I do think that I've done a decent job. As far as weight gain goes, I'm right at 25 pounds gained. So that is a lot, just as far as like in my mind, like that's a lot. I had only expected to gain 25 to 30 pounds during the entire pregnancy, so it's just a little odd to already be kind of at that point. And I realize that I will exceed what I had originally thought that I would gain. I think that what goes into that though is, again, I wasn't sick at all this pregnancy, which has been such a blessing. And so again, I know that I had a lot of weeks there in the beginning where I was not eating right at all. And it wasn't, I could have made better choices. But it was like, it's all that I wanted to eat was, things that probably weren't that great for me and things that were high calorie. However, I did start out this pregnancy and I was considered not underweight, because I wasn't underweight, but my doctor had said, you're kind of borderline, you could, stand to gain some more weight. So I know that I'm perfectly within my the healthy limits of my body, and I know that my body is gaining exactly what it needs for this pregnancy and for my baby, and I know that that's the most important thing. So when I talk about weight and all of that, it's not because I am ungrateful or worried about my figure as much. I want to make sure that my baby is healthy. So I am still we're still walking a good mile to 2 miles every day. I would like to bump that up and do walking in the morning and in the evening. It's really difficult for me to get up in the morning, so I don't know if that'll happen. But we have been going, it's just been late at night, like really late at night, because it's so hot. And this is the yoga CD that I've been doing, which it's not bad. It's not the best, but it is what it is, and I think it's like 30 or 40 minutes, so... And I haven't been doing it as much as I would like to. So again, in the next 10 weeks, I would really like to bump that up and continue doing that. So I'm going to wrap this up. I want to try to keep it under 10 minutes, but I do want to, again, show you the books that I'm reading, or trying to read right now. Of course, Ina May's Guide to Childbirth, and this little HA League, The Womanly Art of Breastfeeding. It's supposed to be a really good book. It's a pretty thick book, so it's taking me some time to even get into it. And then also, our midwife today recommended a book that I already had. I purchased this from a consignment sale. It's Dr. Sears, the baby book, and it's from like birth to age 2. And the other day I just started thinking, and I was like, holy cow, it's like we've done so much research and so much effort and time into the birth. I'm like, I've been around newborn babies, but I'm just kind of like, what do we do with the baby? You know what I mean? Like, with your baby, I mean, we have to take care of this thing. We have to, I'm not worried, because I know that everything is going to be just fine. But it was just kind of funny. It was like, okay, so I feel really excited and prepared about the birth, and I hope that it goes the way that we want it to go. We're of course open to whatever needs to happen, but then it's like, okay, well, what about when he gets here? Maybe we should look into that, because again, I've had experience in newborns. We have a lot of friends right now who have young babies and newborns, but my husband hasn't had any real experience caring for one. So, and our Bradley class will touch on that in the next couple of weeks. And I just realized that it's like 9.5 minutes, so it's gonna go over 10 minutes, just a little bit, because I did want to back up to the midwife appointment. She also, after answering all of our questions, she did, look at my, measure my belly, the fundal height and everything, it's measuring perfectly. And she did, what was interesting is that she did feel his, where he is. And I had asked her, I said, can you tell like what body parts are where and all of that? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to tell you, and we'll probably, check this every time. So it was really neat because she did tell me that he is head down, and he's in a good head down position is what she said, and that it's not likely that he should, flip, but obviously it can happen. But she did say that he was in a really good position. And I thought that was interesting because I had a friend who was pregnant, and she just delivered in March, and her toward the end of her pregnancy, she'd asked one of the doctors about kind of belly mapping and can you tell where the baby is and all of this, and they were very adamant that no, you can't tell where it is based on feeling your baby, and basically shot her down and said, only through ultrasound is that, and I understand that that's the most accurate way, obviously, because you're able to see it, but to say that you don't have that ability to know your body and to know where your baby is just kind of strange. Movement, by the way, I've been enjoying him, getting stronger, and I'm feeling, different things, and it's interesting because I can feel like bony kind of parts. I always imagine that he's like got an elbow or something, like this bony elbow or knee or something like that I feel every once in a while, and it's neat to kind of feel them higher up. Just really enjoying this pregnancy for all that it is. And, today, throughout this whole pregnancy, I've had fears, and, we're to the point where we're very confident. However, that's not to say that, in the back of my mind, something doesn't say, oh my gosh, well, what if, basically. And again, I don't think that way all the time, but it is something that, again, I guess is in the very, very back of my mind because I'm so afraid of a loss and we're so excited for this and for our baby. And I guess I've heard a lot of horror stories. And so when you hear a lot of that, you have those reality stories as opposed to the innocence of, again, that I've talked about before, being kind of gone for a lot of us in this community due to infertility struggles and, miscarriages or baby loss. So, but at the same time, as we were heading home from our appointment today, I was just so just overwhelmed with a sense of peace, and also with just realizing how blessed we are, and how how it's just amazing to me that 8 months to a year ago we were in this place where we couldn't conceive, and we were trying, and we were in just such a an awful state of still grieving our miscarriage, and making those first doctor's appointments to see about being able to get pregnant. And we're just so blessed, and I just don't want to ever come across in any way other than pointing the glory back to where it belongs, and that is absolutely to God for doing this, and that it was His. I completely believe that this is a miracle, and it's a blessing, and I never want to seem like I'm complaining or anything like that, because I'm certainly not. And I've been so blessed to have such an amazing pregnancy and an easy pregnancy. I have little aches and pains here and there. My back hurts. Get short of breath. A little bit of constipation. Not gonna lie, that's been kind of an annoying part of this pregnancy. But other than that, I can't. I have a healthy body. Our baby is healthy, and I just couldn't ask for anything more. So, with that being said, I'm just going to try to, again, take in these next 10 weeks for what they are and just enjoy them, above and beyond. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you the belly. We'll go into the bathroom, and then I'll sign off. Okay. Water. Okay. All right. Oh, that light is always crazy. I'm about to go do my walking and workout, so that's why I'm kind of in this garb here. So this is almost 30 weeks. This is 29 weeks and 5 days. I don't know why I can't remember that. So I still kind of have a little waist up here. It's still kind of there. But again, and this shirt is kind of weird, but belly. Been trying to work on my arms. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to turn the back. I don't know why you didn't see the back. My butt has definitely, butt and thighs have gained weight, which is where I always gain weight. Oh, the other thing, my linea negra, I've had this since like 13 weeks. I mean, really, like it started around then. I don't know if you can see that. And this little pokey belly button. But I'm also starting to notice very, very faint line. And I don't think you'll be able to see it here. But I think that there will be. I think that this will darken in the next 10 weeks. So, one thing that I'm loving is watermelon, by the way. That's the thing that I'm loving and have loved for several weeks. So, anyway, that's the belly. Big, healthy belly. So, all right. Sorry, this is way over 10 minutes. It always is, right? Thank you so much, and I will be back on hopefully maybe Friday of this week. So, all right, take care. Bye.